सो
गुड
आप
इवनिंग।
सबका स्वागत है। यस, आप सबका स्वागत है एक अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ वॉइसेस ऑफ इंस्पिरेशन। तो ये जो हमारा एपिसोड है, दिस इज द फिफ्थ एपिसोड। और शुरू करने से पहले मैं सबको मुबारकबाद दूंगा, जो कि कल इंटरनेशनल वुमेंस डे है। तो इंटरनेशनल वुमेंस डे की सबको बहुत बहुत बधाई। और वॉइसेस ऑफ इंस्पिरेशन के हिसाब से अगर मैं बात करूं, तो हमारा जो पहला एपिसोड था, तो देयर वर फोर ऑथर्स। उसमें से देयर वर टू फीमेल ऑथर्स एंड टू मेल ऑथर्स। और सेकंड एपिसोड जो हुआ, सेकंड में भी देयर वर अ फीमेल ऑथर, डॉक्टर पूजा वाज देयर। एंड इन द थर्ड एपिसोड देयर वाज अगेन फीमेल ऑथर, हरप्रीत जी थी। और अगेन इन द फोर्थ एपिसोड हमारे जो था, उसमें भी डॉक्टर तमाली। सो डेफिनेटली एक हमारी कमिटमेंट, वॉइसेस ऑफ इंस्पिरेशन की भी एक कमिटमेंट हो रही है कि वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट हो रहा है यहाँ पे। और आज भी हमारे जो स्पेशल गेस्ट हैं, तो शी इज आल्सो फीमेल। सो मिसेस सूर्यमिता चैटर्जी। सो मिसेस सूर्यमिता चैटर्जी ये हमारे खास मेहमान हैं आज के। और इनको इंट्रोड्यूस करने से पहले मैं जस्ट इनको हम अफेक्शनेटली, इनका नाम जो है छुट्टी जो है, इनको अफेक्शनेटली बोलते हैं। तो हम इनसे पूछेंगे भी कि इनका नाम छुट्टी कैसे पड़ा। और शी इज ए डायनामिक वुमेन। और अपने एकम्प्लिश केमिस्ट्री की टीचर हैं, और बेस्ट सेलिंग ऑथर हैं, और उसके साथ साथ लाइफ स्किल ट्रेनर भी हैं। और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट इन्होंने किया हुआ है आईआईटी खड़गपुर से। और उसके साथ ही इन्होंने जो है एमबीए भी किया है, स्पेशलाइजिंग इन ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज। तो सबसे पहले तो ये हमारे जो है मिसिस चैटर्जी जो है हमारे खास मेहमान हैं। इन्होंने बहुत सारी किताबें लिखी हुई हैं। कुछ किताबों के मैं नाम लेना चाहूंगा। फाइंडिंग माई रेनबो, माई जर्नी ऑफ 50 years, द प्राइस ऑफ ग्रीड, ए रेसलर्स टेल, द मेमोरी ऑफ अस, एन अनयूजुअल लव स्टोरी, चॉइसेस, वंडरलस्ट, ए princess journey, part 1, part 2, stealing his life back with on, a thief's secret, getting worthy, an unworthy son's tale। सो मिसिस चटर्जी, आपका स्वागत है। आपने तो इतनी सारी किताबें लिखी हुई हैं। तो सबसे पहले हम शुरुआत करते हैं। आपका स्वागत है। जस्ट से फ्यू वर्ड्स।
Thank you so much. Actually, Surya Narayana sir has actually read some of my books. I was one of the few people who convinced him to read fiction. He was not agreeing in the beginning, but I said, take a chance on me, just read one. And his grandson is fond of my book. Well, my journey has been pretty long, and we have named this section Finding My Rainbow from Storms to Sunshine. So basically, like we all do, we have all gone through a lot in life, and I have gone through major medical challenges, and I've had a career of 30 years, out of which 20 years were in the corporate and in the HR, human resource management and training. And I'm an authorized trainer for Dr. Reddy's Foundation. Visited a lot of hospitals where you give trainings or conduct trainings for the nurses and young doctors. That was some time back. That was not really pretty much in the present. It was about 10 years back. So after that, I did not continue with that. And I have been teaching chemistry in high school, class 9, 10, 11, 12, usually 10, 11, 12, for the last 10 years of my life. And recently, I have faced some medical challenges. That does not let me stand for 8 hours. And these are my storms. I'll talk about it as we go. I come from a very beautiful, lush, green campus of IIT Kharagpur. I was born and brought up there. My father was a electrical engineer, and he was the professor there for 46 years. And my brother is also a golden boy from IIT, and I'm the black sheep of the family. Very frankly, I'm speaking to you. I'm the one who always kind of had a lot of achievements, but I somehow failed in almost all, except, of course, as an author till now. Though I'm a new author, I still consider I have written 8 books, but I still consider myself to be a very new author. And I like telling stories. I used to do that when I was a child. It is genetically inherited from my mother because my mom is a wonderful storyteller and so was my grandmother. So somehow I got the genes. I used to tell stories to my friends. As I told Sushil sir, that if I saw a movie of 3 hours, I used to come and all my friends used to sit in a round circle around me and I used to tell the story. And I used to tell the story for 4 hours. The movie would be for 3 hours, I would tell the story for 4 hours. And somehow people didn't get bored. And they didn't want to go home. Their mothers had to come and pull them. Chalo, chalo, ghar chalo, bahut ho gaya. So this is what I like to do. I believe that if a tale is told well and the author actually feels the emotions and all the environments and the situations that each character feels. If I do that, then my readers resonate with that feeling. It's like you are also there with that character. You are experiencing all that that character is. So this is my way. I have just told the story on paper. That's it. If I had to tell you in person, I would have done the same thing. Maybe I would have described the landscapes a little more because those are important. And I don't know, I have nothing really to say much about myself because I have been working in the corporate for 20 years. So I was in the human resource department and I had to write a lot. I had to write a lot of policies. I had to write appointment letters, offer letters, termination letters, and some of my bosses came to know, even if they had secretaries of their own, they came to know that if they give me one line, give their intent in one line, I would convert it into a paid letter and give it to me. So this was something I had a flair and I discovered it long back, but then I didn't have the time to write because I used to work very hard. I used to work 12 to 14 hours a day. I hardly met my son. My son has been brought up by my parents actually. And I'm not a Mrs. now, I'm a Miss, okay? So
Okay,
this is one little change I want to. Other
right.
than that, I always wanted to write my father's biography. But as I said, I said in most of my books, in the acknowledgement section I have written this, that I delayed it way too long. And since he is no longer there with me to edit or to read it, my motivation is not there anymore to write that. But I do have a flair for writing, and I've discovered to cut the long story short, I have a lot of diseases right now. I have high diabetes, I have cholesterol, I have a fatty liver, I have thyroid, I have a heart problem, and I have peripheral neuropathy, which means loss of sensation in your hands and feet. So I am not very functional that way. So I can't stand for long hours. I could not continue with my teaching profession because that required me to stand for a long time. And I can't teach anything sitting down. If you really want to teach something, you have to get a stand up and teach because that's how people connect to you. And I had a major cardiac arrest. I don't like talking about this, but going to that, at the age of 48, I stopped everything and decided to take a break from my career and write full time. And very frankly, I was not writing what I started with. First, my first novel is for children. It's for children, it's for everyone actually, most of them. About 13 to 100. Anybody can read my story. And I wanted to write something, in an adult theme. I was writing one story and I put in a lot of, like Sidney Sheldon puts in a lot of romance and this and that. And then my mother told me a story one day, just about something generally in 3 minutes over the phone. She's very good at spinning tales. So she told me a story and I liked it. So I said, if I have to make a debut of my writing, I should do something which is for children or maybe people will consider it pure. I wanted to write about adult things, but I didn't. The first book I started was for children above 13 and with a moral, of course, at the end of it. And after that, I continued with that for a pretty long time and till my last book, actually. My last book is not fiction. It is my real story. It's my own life story. I will show it to you. That's why we have named this session Finding My Rainbow. This is my latest book, Finding My Rainbow, My Journey of 50 Years. It has taken me 50 years, and whatever has happened in my life, I've somehow put it there. But it is a reference to something special. It is with reference to having a little dog of my own. But to describe that, I had to tell my whole story, though I haven't put details about it. But then at the end of all the rain, the storms, everything, I think I'm pretty much happy in a happy space right now. I'm talking a lot. Ask me some questions, sir. I'll keep on talking otherwise.
No, no, that's great. Whoever हम सब सुन रहे हैं listening because so many challenges. अगर diabetes, sugar and this heart problems, thyroid problems, इतनी सारी problems के बाद भी if you are able to, that is an inspiration to hundreds and thousands of people. So I must say that ये तो एक inspiration है ही है. So I think that Voices of Inspiration में you are the right candidate because if you can with so many diseases, if you can this do and write so many books, so anybody can write those books who is at least healthy. So that's great. So सबसे पहले तो मिस चटर्जी ये बताइए कि आपका नाम छुट्टी कैसे पड़ा?
Oh, छुट्टी कैसे पड़ा? Actually, my father's dad, he expired when my dad was 17 years old. And my father comes from a not very well-to-do family, and he had to give up his engineering to earn money to send back home because my grandfather left with no real savings, and my dad was just 17. That's why I wanted to write his tale actually. So he started earning, and he had three sisters. He had three sisters. None of them are alive now, so passed in. And he had to earn money. He had done his PhD from Manchester, London, coming from a very small town, and he was called Pandit Ji. Abhi bhi, whenever he used to visit our town, everybody used to say Pandit Ji, Pandit Ji. Matlab, no one has done that great in life in academics. So my father, he was there in London for Manchester for 3 years, and my brother was born there, and he had to marry or get all his three sisters married on his own cost. So my mother's first child was a son, and the second one was me. And she did not expect a girl. She was very sad when she got when I was born because it's like one more marriage. Oh my God! This also you'll have to earn money. You have to save money for this girl also. What did I do? Why did I bring this girl for you? And she was very sad. And I was born on a Sunday. And my
Oh,
father, I was born on a Sunday. Not only on a Sunday, the Monday corresponding Monday, subsequent Monday, and Saturday was also a holiday. And she was very worried that she will be taken to the hospital, and my dad will not be there with her when I'm born. So somehow it was a holiday, and my dad was there with her. And when I was born, my mother started crying. She was very sad, not because I'm a girl, but because I'm the fourth girl according to her. And then my dad named me Chutti, which means holiday. And he told my mother that Chutti is holiday is something for enjoyment and for happiness. So do not ever cry again for my daughter. So obviously, then my mother warmed up to me and she was very loving. She still is. But my name Chutti comes from there. It means
that's great.
enjoyment, happiness. My dad has named
That's
me
great.
that.
That's great.
So that's how it came.
तो हमें तो बहुत सारी चीजें पता लगी हैं कि आप जैसे अभी बता रहे थे कि बचपन में आपने 3 घंटे की कहानी को 4 घंटे में मूवी को सुनाया। तो साथ में आपने केमिस्ट्री टीचर रही हैं। तो केमिस्ट्री में आप स्टोरी टेलिंग कैसे करते हैं? कुछ एक एग्जांपल आपको ध्यान हो कि केमिस्ट्री कैसे पढ़ाई जा सकती है स्टोरी
Okay,
टेलिंग के हिसाब से?
storytelling in the sense that see, I just give you a demo here. All the air molecules in your room, they are made up of elements, and each element, like human beings, they have a basic nature. Like
दे हैव
chlorine, they have a basic nature. We have
बेसिक
a
नेचर।
basic nature that does not change unless even in a stressful or crisis situation, our basic nature does not change. So these elements, that 118 elements in the periodic table, they are basically 118 human beings. That's how I talk. So they have their basic nature. For example, fluorine. Fluorine is a very, very hungry, greedy, aggressive kind of person. So fluorine has a outermost electron of 7 electrons, and it needs 8 electrons to go into the octet state. What is an octet state? I'll just give a little bit of chemistry here. The entire driving force of bonding between elements is because some gases, some elements are called noble gases. These noble gases, they are present high in the atmosphere near the clouds, and they are very happy. They don't interact with anybody, they don't bond with anybody, they are very happy. They live in palaces like British royal family. They live in palaces in the on the clouds. So they don't interact with anybody, and looking at them, all the other elements want to become like them because they are very stable. What do you mean by stable, sir? Stable, when do you become stable? If I take away all your energy, I suck it with a suction pump, what will happen to you? You sit down, you can't talk, you can't move, you can't walk, you can't run, you lose all the energy, and that is when you are stable. So every element wants to be stable, and every element has a basic nature. So when they bond with each other, there is a basic nature that works. For example, hydrogen, poor thing. Hydrogen has only 1 electron. Hydrogen needs one more electron to go into that British royal family. But hydrogen is such a recessive, poor, pathetic character that everybody can take away that electron that it already has. So this is what happens. And then there are very many stories on atomic structure, how the structure of an atom was, invented and all that. So I try to make these stories, and for this I do a lot of research because I want to know the story behind it. What I feel is if you tell the story, people remember. If I tell the basic nature, this is how this reacts, this is how this thinks, oxygen thinks like this, hydrogen thinks like this, hydrogen loses 1 electron, becomes absolutely without any electrons, it goes begging to water and it tells oxygen, Baba, you have 2 lone pairs, can you share with me? Oxygen is a good person. Acha, tum le lo, share with me. So it's like that. I teach children, and I like to tell in the story spirit because that's how people remember. And most of my classes, I don't need to shout because one thing I've understood in this world is that everybody in this world, irrespective of age, likes to hear a good story. If
Yes, yes.
somebody tells you a good story sitting in the office also, we hear. So we all want to know or hear a good story if it is told well. If you can keep somebody's interest, I talked a lot about chemistry again, so not good. I think most of the people are getting bored.
Yes, yes, that's great. But the world needs a teacher like you, those who can this tell stories about these. कि story से कई बार interest नहीं है
Thank
भाई.
you,
Science
Namrata.
particularly, I was from the this non science background. तो हमें तो ये था कि कुछ समझ आता ही नहीं था. लेकिन ये आपने बताया कि कहानी के थ्रू अगर ये वाली पढ़नी तो
हाँ सर,
definitely
सर
wonderful. That's a
मैं
great
जब
thing.
क्लास 12 में थी ना, मुझे भी केमिस्ट्री एकदम अच्छा नहीं लगता था, एकदम नहीं. इतना सारे रिएक्शन, देयर इज नो शॉर्टकट टू सक्सेस, सारा रिएक्शन रटना पड़ता था, एंड आई डिडंट लाइक इट माई सेल्फ. आई टेल माई स्टूडेंट्स, बट देन once I studied chemistry in depth for 5 years, oh my god,
Mm.
I've been in the lab, I've drunk a lot of HCl, तो मुंह में चला जाता था, I know the taste. जब मेरा कोई बच्चा कहता है, मैम, I have taken some alcohol, I have taken some spirit inside, I have taken some H2SO4. I said, okay, I'm alive, you
That's
be
great.
alive.
That's
You'll
great.
live.
अच्छा ये बताइए, आपने इतनी सारी जो ये बुक्स लिख दी, तो इसके पीछे क्या इंस्पिरेशन क्या थी? कि हम तो एक सुना है कि एक किताब लिखने में ही आदमी के 20-30 साल निकल जाते हैं, और एंड यू हैव रिटन सो मेनी बुक्स. तो व्हाट इंस्पायर्ड यू टू राइट सो मेनी बुक्स?
I don't know, sir. I was in a hurry to, I was not aware of how long my life will be. So I had given up my career. I didn't have to juggle anything. I was sitting at home, and I write. That's all I do. And if you're in a working job, you keep waiting for a Sunday. You keep waiting for a Saturday. If there's a national holiday somehow in the middle of the month, which is a weekday, we are all very happy. Ah, chutti milega. But in my case, till 2 a.m. at night, I'm writing on a Sunday. It doesn't feel like work because I love that. And once I start writing, I go into a daze. I live the character's life. I go into that character's head, and I think like that character, and I express like that character. So basically, I'm a full-time author, and I'm telling you the secret to this. I write one chapter a day,
Oh,
whole day, one chapter. So basically, that chapter can be 2 pages long. That chapter can be 10 pages long. I make a target. I'll write one chapter a day. So within 25 days, I think 25 chapters, my book is written for the first time. Now comes the hard part. Writing is not the hard part, sir. Editing is the hard part because when I read it once, when I read it twice, and sometimes it happens that you made a mistake and you go through it again, but you don't see it because you seem to like. For me, when I was a kid, 3 into 3 was always 6. I don't know why. So I keep making the same mistake again and again, and I lost a lot of marks. So when I read it the second time, I changed something. Again, I read it the third time. It's my story. I have written it. I know it all. How boring can it be to read it again and again and again? After reading it at least 4 times, I give it to Clever Fox. And then Clever Fox sends me two proofs. So I have to check those two. So that's basically how many times? 6 times. After that 6 times also, when my book is published, my son reads it and he says, "Oh ma, there's a typo." So it's very difficult because every time I read my book, I edit something. If even if the grammar is correct, even if everything is correct, you feel like this sentence could be told like this. So the tough part is editing. So I take around 2 months or 1.5 months with one book, and that's how I've written 8 books. And now I've become very slow. This year probably I'll write two or three because my hands are not functioning very well after the book fair. I visited the Delhi book fair. I launched one of my books there. Surya Narayana sir, I did not meet you. I'm so sorry. I really wanted to do that. Tamali,
no,
you
no, that's
too.
great that your books you have written so many, but that is all your books are full of thrill and adventure. And how you bring this thrill and adventure in your writing? Because life is you can say that if a person, if I am suffering from some disease, so my 90% focus is on the disease itself, but you being the reverse, that your
Yes.
focus is on the thrill and thrill and adventure. So how do you bring this thrill and advantage, that we want to know.
So basically, I'm a very happy-go-lucky person. And after visiting so many doctors and so many doctors, my God, it's a vicious circle. You go around again and again and again. Some diabetologist sends you to a nephrologist, nephrologist sends you to an oncologist, oncologist sends you to somebody else. Oh my God. So 3 years I did that, and then I told my mother, "Maaf karo, let me live for the present. I don't care what happens to me after this. I want to live for the present." And I believe in one thing, that is, every night when I go to sleep, I do this as a ritual. I thank God for the wonderful life that He has given me. And out of in this world, 1 million people do not wake up from their sleep. So I just tell God that if I don't wake up tomorrow, it's okay. I've led a very good life, and I'm happy. I've done whatever I've done, and thank you for everything. That's all. So this is what. And regarding adventure and thrill, that is what, according to me, makes the story interesting. Even if it is romance, there is a little bit of romance, clean and wholesome romance, nothing else. I wanted to write something else, and my mother was like shocked. Why do you want to write about these things? You can write romance, you can write it in a good way, you can write it for children, you can write it for anyone. So I love those things, and I take one chapter at a time. I myself don't know what will happen at the end of that chapter. I just think spontaneously and I keep on writing. That's my way, probably my creativity works. And after writing one or two books, I got the hang of it. And obviously, my mother is an author herself. She was. She written a book long back in the year 84. And at that time, sir, publishers used to pay the writer.
Ah,
Now we
yes,
are
yes.
having to pay the publishers. That time, the publisher used to pay the writer. About the author, the editor's column, everything they used to write. But the hard part was it was written on paper. Oh my God! If I had to write on paper, I'll go mad because I keep on editing and editing. I can't write the book all over again. So
So you
yeah,
this rightly mentioned this you are going to bed and be grateful. That is the wonderful thing, because if we are grateful, then most of the problems definitely automatically are solved if we are grateful for anything and everything. That's great thing. But one of the things you said that right till today you also go to bed by reading books. So how does you inculcate this habit of reading before night? Because that is a, I feel that it is a very good thing, because if you go to bed while reading, so then you get good sleep, sound sleep, and अच्छे अच्छे सपने आते हैं.
सपने का तो पता नहीं सर मुझे कुछ याद नहीं रहता सुबह उठ के अनलेस इट इज नाइटमेयर और मेरी माँ की एक सुपरस्टिशन है वो कहती है नाइटमेयर देखा हो तो जल्दी से बता दो स्टोरी तो वो नहीं होगा
Mm.
तो आई टेल माय मदर टेल समबडी this is what I started today. No, actually, I feel there is a child in all of us, right? And all of us have become adults now, and we have so many responsibilities, and we have so much work to do, and a lot of commitment in our marriage, commitment with our children, and we are all very stressed out. We deal with harsh realities every day. In office, there is a difference. मैं तो कहती हूँ घर में एक संसार होता है और ऑफिस में भी एक संसार होता है वो अलग वाला संसार होता है तो वहां पे भी आपको लोगों के साथ डील करना पड़ता है वहां पे भी आपको सास का कैरेक्टर मिलेगा आपको ससुर का कैरेक्टर मिलेगा तो यू नो डील विथ एवरीथिंग and in the middle of it if I can give you an escape and that escape is to feed psychologically feed that child in you it helps so basically I write I've written 7 books for any kind of person from 13 to 100 and the last book finding my radio is rainbow is about me so that is non-fiction and that is not self-help and that is my autobiography so um, anyone can read that too but I'd rather children don't read it now so this is how I cope and one more thing I've understood when I used to do trainings in hospitals I used to ask some of the doctors the head of the departments and stuff like that sir you are a doctor you're a scientific person have you ever seen a miracle in your life that you did not expect भगवान पे भरोसे करो डॉक्टर्स भी तो बोलते हैं ना तो even Einstein believed in God so the point was where is this God and how does this happen so I had heard a very inspiring story that a lady had breast cancer and stage 4 and she was given around 3 months to live so when she said that I've got only 3 months so I don't want to be in the hospital let me go home please lessen my pain with morphine, and that's all. I don't need any other treatment. I'll just go home. And she was sent home, and she loved to see her, yeah, humorous movies. She loved to see humorous movies. So she said, all these 3 months, all I will do is watch movies, and I will watch humorous movies, and I will laugh. And she did that for 3 months. She kept on watching humorous movies और हंसती रही और हंसती रही और हंसती रही and then what happened when they did a mammogram after 3 months her cancer was gone what is the logic behind it there is a scientific logic if your mind is healthy your body cannot be unhealthy because a healthy mind cannot live in an unhealthy body the moment they tell you that you have cancer it hits your brain first then your body so if you can keep a healthy mind, if you can forget about all your diseases, अच्छा जो होगा देखा जाएगा. If I fall down after some time, I'll get up and do my work again. So that's the attitude I have taken right now, and that's what keeps me happy. And I've led a very good life. I'm 50 years old now. No, my son will miss me if I'm gone. Other than that, I think it's okay as long as
That's
We
great.
are
That's great because I can understand that you are inspiring hundreds of people like this because there are hundreds and thousands of people who are suffering and suffering
well,
and still, but you tell the right thing that if we are happy, then we are happy, then all our body ache, pain, everything goes away. So that's a
सर
wonderful
मुझसे
way of
मुझसे
living.
बदतर बहुत लोग हैं सर. मैं हाथों
Mm.
के लिए सोच रही हूँ, लोगों का हाथ नहीं होता. Still they are doing. मैंने किस किस लोगों को देखा है. They are handicapped completely. They don't even have legs. They have been chopped off. Think about that. इससे तो मैं भगवान को से ये बोलती हूँ कि I'm fine बाबा. I can function. I can do everything I want. It's not required. I mean, some people दुनिया में देखो तो कितनी बदतर हालत में है सर लोग.
Right, right. You are rightly this life skill trainer. I can understand that you have put humor into it in
so
life skill
so
training.
are
You
you.
already put
So are
humor
you.
into it.
So are you. You are a life skill trainer yourself.
Yes, yes. That's a great thing that you have so many qualities and you are inspiring. What message would you like to give to this other budding authors? Because some of us are not able to complete even one book, and you have written 8 books. So, what message would you like to give to them?
My message is for them is to just I'll take a moment. Hi Namrata, good to see you. Hi Monica. We started but I've never seen you. Surya Narayana sir has disappeared again. Kamali,
No,
come over.
Madam, we will have interaction with everyone. We will open the cameras
Okay.
later on. Just we have just short of time. We can
For
go.
budding authors, all I can say is that you must keep at it. Because I started writing one book 4 years back and I have still not written it, as I said. So you have to keep at it. You have to basically allot some time, maybe half an hour, maybe 1 hour every day, despite all your work and stress, and keep at it. And think about the characters in your head. Live the book when you write it, so that the reader will resonate with your feelings. This is my only thing. You have to keep at it, sir. It's hard work, but if you take a break, then it's very difficult to come back to it. And once you have finished your book, though I had been to a workshop, I had attended a workshop. I don't want to name the person right now. Many of us have attended the workshop, and there were some 300 people in that workshop. And the trainer was trying to convince everybody to write non-fiction. And I'm the only prodigal child who said I'll write fiction because I don't have so much knowledge to give self-help. Very frankly, I'm telling you. I can give adventure, I can give things. So that's I can feel a good story. I love to do that. I don't know whether I can or not, but I love to do that. So my message to the other authors are keep at it. Dedication is key. You have to keep on working on it. Take out time, like you take out time to go to office, you take out time to take a bath, you take out time to eat your food. You have to take out time to write also. Maybe half an hour a day, but you have to write.
But that's besides this health challenges, this Ms. Chatterjee, what other challenges you faced while writing these books? Any particular
So,
you would like to mention?
I think every chapter is a challenge. And when I write, sir, I go into a day and I meet every challenge as it comes. For every character, whatever challenge comes, I basically try to face that and solve it. Now, in certain situations, some people say that in a book you should start with a bang and you should end with a bang. Then only it's a bestseller. For me, it's like going bang, 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 bang. So
That's
every chapter has to have a twist in such a way that when you're reading in the middle of the night, you can't put the book down. You want to know what happens next. So that's
so
how it is. That's how I go. Yeah,
that's great. So if you were to change certain things, what things would you like to change?
lots of things, sir. Lots of things. I
Just
would
name
like
three.
I would in my life, if you ask me.
Um,
Uh, in my life, if you ask me, I would like to get my dad back so that he can live with me, and I want my dad back as a young person so that he can live with me for a long time. I want to have my mother with me all the time. This is not practically possible, but I want to do that. And I want to make my son love me and be proud of me and to be showing it. Because today's generation, they love you. but they don't show. And I'm one of those sentimental hogs who keep on asking, uh, be a renowned bestseller in this world. It is difficult because I'm a die-hard fan of Enid Blyton. Even if my book is kept in a rack of fiction beside an Enid Blyton, I will feel that I've got nirvana in my life. Get completely healthy again. Change. You asked me what I would like to change. I would like to change my cravings for sweets. Sorry about that. I love sweets and I've been taking that even when I had diabetes. I thought nothing will happen. छोटा सा खा लेते हैं पता नहीं चलेगा किसी को तो धीरे धीरे that created my nerve damage. Nowadays I
Right.
try to do that. I want to help old people and I want to help children. And that is one more thing I have in mind to do, that I want to visit a old age home for no money, no payment, just to chat with the old people and keep them happy, make them a little bit happy. And
Chalo,
I don't want to
that's
worry about money again. I don't want to
Arey,
worry.
that's great. But tell me that you don't want to worry about the money again, and you have 8 books, and all the 8 books are this bestsellers. What is the secret behind this?
Bestseller has nothing to do with money. I
Oh,
have read those. Huh? Bestseller has nothing to do
Ano-
with money unless your
another
papers are
another secret you are revealing, that bestseller has nothing to do with the
nothing to
money
do with
also.
money. No, no, no. See, The Alchemist, which was so famous, huh? Nobody knew about The Alchemist for the first 1 year. Then somebody saw it in Bill Gates' hands and then it became a bestseller. So that paperback becoming a bestseller is difficult. Even if you have heard of J.K. Rowling, 11 publishers had rejected her first book on Harry Potter. And even after accepting it, 6 months, nobody heard of Harry Potter. So this is luck, basically. And my secret is not luck. When
Mm.
you want to become a bestseller, the first thing you need to do is within 48 hours, you have to understand that you have to sell some copies. Your number of reviews don't matter. If I don't buy your book, if it's not a verified purchase, even if I give you a 3-page review, it makes no sense to Amazon. Somebody is knocking at my door and it's my dog. Kamali, is she here?
नहीं जस्ट अभी आपका जस्ट एक और लास्ट क्वेश्चन लेते हैं, फिर हम ऑडियंस से क्वेश्चंस लेंगे। तो
Ah,
लास्ट क्वेश्चन में ये पूछना चाह रहा था कि अगर सपोज जैसे अभी हमारे यहाँ पे काफी सारे जुड़े हुए हैं बडिंग ऑथर्स, तो अब एक किताब लिखने के बाद उन्हें मार्केटिंग करनी चाहिए या एक दो तीन चार लिखते जाना चाहिए? व्हाट डू यू सजेस्ट?
लिखते लिखते
लिखते
जाओ.
जाओ। अच्छा अच्छा, चलो,
डोंट एनी
दैट्स
मार्केट
ग्रेट।
लिखते जाओ. मैंने कभी मार्केटिंग नहीं की है.
Good, good, good. So I would like everyone to please open their videos so that we can see all of you. And would you like to ask questions with Suryamita Chatterjee, madam? Yes,
Hi,
who would like to
Kamali.
ask questions? Now the floor is open.
Tell me. Ask me, ask me. I love talking.
हेलो
Everybody.
हेलो छोटी दी आ, से-
Hi.
Yes, go ahead,
Hi.
the movie.
Hi,
आ,
Jamie.
কেমন আছো?
খুব ভালো. খুব ভালো
আচ্ছা,
আছি.
I
Tell me,
loved
when is
your
that
book.
Kamali? You
हाँ
read my
हाँ,
book? I know. That's why I'm saying Kamali, Kamali. You read my Finding My Rainbow. This one.
your book was awesome, awesome. I
Thank you.
I was each page I was like I couldn't leave it. Many times there have been books like चलो एक ब्रेक ले लेती हूँ, एक कॉफी पी लेती हूँ, फिर पानी लेके आती हूँ. I didn't leave your book. I was there. Means I was feeling the pain. I was feeling what you were going through.
Oh, that's
And
it.
kudos
I'm
to you.
happy.
Hats off to you. Kudos to
Thank
you. Hats
you.
off to you. I
Thank you, dear.
remember.
Thank you.
I remember on the first day when I we first spoke to each other. I had told you na ki ma'am please teach me how to write a fiction book. Remember I told you.
Yes, yes. I remember.
And that time I did not read your book. After reading your book, I'm telling you, ma'am, please teach me to write a fiction book.
So you will do fine. Just think of a good story and start writing. If there's a problem, if you ever face a problem, do give me a call. I'll help you out.
Sure, sure.
I'll make some
I wish you all the best, ma'am. I
something.
wish you all the best,
Thank you. I
and
wish you all the best.
May God bless you with very good health, and you write more books.
Thank you. May God be with you too. Thank you. Do you
I just
anybody
want to Just want to ask,
Then
how do you get so much inspiration? Like, how do you get so much like when you do something now? What drives you? What drives you to do it, achieve it?
I don't know, it's all about living a good life, trying to make some value of your life. And I've heard this that when people die, they don't think about the meetings that they did not attend. They don't think about the targets that they did not fulfill. They think about their life in a flash. What have I done? How many people have I? See, actually, women, I'll use something very, I don't think everybody will like what I say just now. Women are very fond of jewelry, right?
Yes,
I'm not.
true.
I'm
It's
not
true.
fond
Very
of
fond
it.
of jewelry.
I don't
Huh.
like.
Anyway, most women
There
are
are
most,
exceptions.
so she said your wife must be very, very fond of jewelry. So what happens is jewelry can be bought, fur coats can be bought. But when you write a book, that is your ornament. And even if you die 50 years later, your grandchildren will say, ah, my grandmother used to write books. So
Yes.
those are my diamonds. That's how I feel, and I want to keep them that way. I'm not really fond of jewelry myself. As you can see, I'm not really wearing anything. So
Yeah.
yeah, no point wearing all this. Doesn't make you any more beautiful, maybe. That's what I feel. Anyway, so this is my feeling that if I leave, I will be leaving behind not a legacy, maybe, because legacy is too high a word to use for myself. Just something people will remember me by. But nothing else. This is my inspiration. Every day
True.
I
True.
wake up
True.
in the morning, I find something to do. I need a purpose to wake up in the morning. For 6 months, actually, or 3 months, I think. 3 months I did nothing and it was horrible. I used to lose my temper. I used to shout at my mom because I didn't have a purpose in life. And I'm very short tempered, let me tell you that. So having a purpose is important. And every day I think I don't know what I'm going to write now, what chapter I'm going to write, and I just name the chapter and keep it. After finishing one chapter, the next chapter I give a heading and keep it. So from that heading I write the chapter. And anything else? That's it. I think my inspiration.
That's great. That's great. Anybody else who would like to ask can
Hello,
Please
Mr.
ask
unmute?
your
Grover.
question.
Hi, this is Joymini.
Hi.
Chote Di, hello.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, hello.
She's
So good
very
to see
close
you
to
here.
me.
And
Yes.
I'm probably an outlier in this group because I'm not a budding author, but I have taken this opportunity to join this, particularly because knowing her personally, it gives me immense pride to see her on this podium and how. So just to congratulate you, and what better day than on the eve of Women's Day. So fantastic.
Thank you. She's actually my
Yeah.
soulmate. I don't know what she was. वो गाना है ना कुछ पहले सा
तेरा
लौटा
मुझसे
के
है
क्या
पहला.
this is what she
That's
I
great. That's
yeah yeah
Yeah,
she's very very close to me and right now
yeah,
she's sitting in Bonn,
yeah,
UK.
uh, yeah. All right. I'm calling from
that's great.
Germany.
Mm.
I have probably, well, maybe this is also a podium to say, I have made some of my, I work in a school here, so I made some of my colleagues read this book, some of her like Kindle versions, and they have really
Mm.
liked it. So just another cap on your, another
Thank
feather on
you.
your cap. There is no such question, but I want to know, knowing you personally, how does it feel to be here at at this phase, going through this phase? How do you imbibe this energy into yourself?
Like a dream. It feels like a dream.
Okay. Yeah,
And Sushil sir told me to come on 7th. It feels like a
yeah,
dream. I was a little nervous somehow. I don't know why. Though I'm good at public speaking, generally knows. But somehow for
yeah,
20 seconds I went like, "Dug, dug, 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 dug." God knows what people will ask me. And if I cannot
yeah.
answer properly, if I get tongue tied, what will happen? I feel great. I feel wonderful to be here and full of positivity, Babu. Full of positivity.
Full of positive. I know you. I know you. Thank you.
Hi,
Stay
sir.
blessed. Stay healthy.
You too.
I have
Ah,
nothing.
you too.
That's great.
I
Yeah,
That's
stay
great.
that's it
healthy.
from
Don't
me.
worry.
Yeah,
I stay
yeah,
healthy. Hi.
yeah.
Hi. Surya Narayan says Johnson is here. Hi, baby. You read my books. I know that. I've seen the photographs.
Yes, unmute, sir.
Yeah,
Suryanarayan,
I'm
sir.
unmuted.
Ah,
He is my grandson.
अरे
He
ग्रेट.
has, how many books you have read of this author?
Three? 3 or 4.
What is your impression?
The books were very good and I really liked the books.
Thank you so much. Read all of them. Ask your grandfather to buy you all of them. Ah, all. Tell him
Right.
all I want. Please buy me. Hi, Namrata. So good to see you, Surinarayan sir, and your
Yeah,
grandfather.
yeah. I would like to say a few things. If you want, you
हाँ.
can. It is like this. Sushilji, it is a wonderful session. First time I am attending this, and I'm able to see you as well as Namrata.
Everybody
Namrata.
can just open his camera for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes,
Namrata
30
ji.
seconds.
Then Monica ji, are you there? Okay. Exactly 1 month back, we all met on 7th and 8th February during
Yes,
the New Delhi World Book Fair. And after this, after that, it is a good opportunity for me to talk to you again. And I am able to see the persons who are others. I don't know about them, but I'm happy to see them. Talking about Suryamita Ji.
Yeah, don't worry.
In fact, more than 1 year I've been since more than 1 year I've been reading her books. I have just checked up whether anything is pending. In fact, in December.
Sir, I don't want to
I
know about the list. No, don't give me the list.
I'm not giving you the list. Listen
No,
to me
you
what I
always
say.
tell me. You
No,
always say
that
I
you
should
can
give
give
the list.
separately. That you can give separately. Just
No,
now
sir.
feedback.
It is always in the list. He does not read all my books. That's what I'm telling. Sir, list में नहीं रखना है, पढ़ना है सारा. Last
No,
वाला
I'm not
पढ़ना.
telling you the list. Kindly listen to me. What I wanted to say, let me say. Kindly don't intervene.
Okay.
It is like this. In December, I purchased your book, Finding My Rainbow. It is a Kindle edition. Still, it is in the review process only. I will do it. I'll complete it very soon. All these my reviews of the books are reading and reviews of the books have piled up. As of today, I have about 30 in my list, and I will be clearing. I'm clearing, and I will clear them very soon. And one thing I would like to tell you, my grandson also has been admiring you, is that I think somebody is talking,
Yes,
Samali
others
ji,
please
read the
mute.
some disturbance. Yeah. One thing I would like to admire this author. This author is not ordinary author. She has been one of my favorite authors. Reason. Reason is my grandson also has been saying several times, even now he has said that your writing style is excellent, and what we admire is that you are taking the reader to the scene is a very difficult task. That you have achieved it. That is the reason I could start after the first book reading other books also. Non-fiction only I read generally. I've been reading non-fiction since last 20 years, and fiction. And now here and there I read, but not totally. But you made me, with your excellent messages, you made me to become a fiction reader also. That is your achievement.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your excellent overview of what you are, what you have been, how you are writing, and all these things. I came to know a lot of things. Thank you, Sushilji, and others also for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Suryanaran ji. So definitely it was wonderful session. I thank Suryamita Chatterjee for sparing her valuable time and
Yeah,
spending here with all of us. And it was definitely, I thank the audience also who participated, and this uh, interaction was also there on their side also. So that is just I'll take a minute or so to say that Voices of Inspiration. Definitely, if you feel that you have done something and the world needs you need to tell the world about this, so most welcome on this podcast. You can just direct message or email. You can get in touch with us, and we will be happy to this feature you on this podcast. And if you know somebody that he or she has done great things, and definitely that person should be coming to this podcast, then most welcome. And that is our target, that there are hundreds and hundreds of people who are doing wonderful things, who are doing many major, their achievements are par excellence, but they are people are not knowing. Just as Suryamita Chatterjee just mentioned, that you have so many after having diseases, हमें एक वो बोलते हैं ना, खांसी जुकाम भी हो जाता है तो हमारा पूरा दिन खराब हो जाता है. And after so many challenges, if you are able to focus yourself on your goals and dreams, that is really an inspiration for all of us. So thank you once again, Suryamita ji. So
thank you for having me, sir. Thank you for
so,
having me.
with these words, we will end this podcast, and thank you so much. And for the persons who could not log in today, so we will upload this in the this YouTube also. So don't worry, you have all the this. You can send to nears and dear ones also. So once again, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you being part
Sushil.
of this.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Suryanarayan sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Sushil sir, for the best Women's Day gift to all of
Yes.
us. It was such an inspiring session.
Good.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
God bless all of you. Thank you.